Hi, this is BB Brace. Now I can see the spots on my shirts. Thank you. On my shirt. I'm a very real person. I am not trying to be fake. There's some videos that I posted. There's some stuff that's been happening to me for over a year now, and it's not getting any better. The problem is getting law enforcement to take notice of it. I'm faced with a situation where there's a bunch of people who are out to hurt me, harm me, and most likely create a fatality somewhere along the line. My own demise. Now, why would someone do this? It has to be money. There are mean people, spiteful people, covetous people, malicious people, sadistic people, psychopathic people in the world. But if you're going to do something consistently for over a year, this here has to be the motivator. Because somebody has to be financing it. Somebody has to be paying somebody money somewhere. Money has to be... It takes money to do this. Food doesn't come to them out of the air. Whatever they're using, the people, places, situation, things, is not coming for free. People are not volunteering their services, even though their services are ungodly, unholy, and criminal activities. They're not aiding them by lending them of their services for free. They have to be getting paid somehow. So the woman has a psychic ability, or I don't know if she's using, I was doing some research on this thing called graphene. Graphene is a non-metallic conductor that is, when inserted into the body, can actually be activated or connected to smart devices outside the body. So you do the math on that one. They can use that basically to control you. Now, I'm not a survivalist. I'm not anti-government. I'm just trying to get some law enforcement official to see what's happening here. Because if they're doing this to me, then they're doing this to other people. And the only motivation would be money. The only motivation would be money. The cold, hard American dollars. They want that. And they want it badly. The greed and the craving for money in these people is unlike anything that God ever created on the earth. It's actually... If they had such a craving to create something of beauty in the world, they would do real well. They could become the next Bill Gates. I'm talking about that type of passion. But they want other people's money for free. So if you want somebody else's money for free, what happens to the person? They have to not be there anymore. Because there's only so much you can do around them without at some point them beginning to notice that their funds is beginning to deteriorate, and like, where is it going? Or if the person has money that they don't know they have, they will just go around it in a way where the person never becomes aware of it. They never become aware of it somehow. But the thing is, gang stalking is very, very real. And I know there are people out there who's touched on the subject of gang stalking. But none of them are really look at it deeper to ask what's motivating these gang stalkers. Yes, like I said, maliciousness, covetousness, ugliness, spitefulness, hate, racism, vandalism, just a bad seed, whatever. But if you continue this for over a year, then something else is financing this gang. Nobody will do something continually for over a year without some incentive, if you know what I mean. There has to be some incentive. There has to be some sort of incentive. There has to be some sort of incentive. So when we look at this realistically, it's happening all around me. They sit around my house. It started with the people who used to live to me next door to me. They started the gang stalking. I think that was like a prelude or a preview they were giving me into what's going to happen. The good news is I saw the woman reflected in my window pane sitting at the back of my house. I can take a polygraph for that. I saw her. I saw her sitting there with a tablet in her lap. I also saw on the right side of me in my bedroom window, because I have the louver windows, so they're stacked. So if you stand underneath there, you could see like 10 different images of the same person. It's not the regular push up and down window. So you could see them because they're stacked outward. So you could see the reflection of what's underneath. And somebody in a white or a very pale gray, like it's just the slightest touch of gray sweater or a shirt came and just to the window. I don't know, they sit down or anything. They just came to the window and then they went back. I don't know if they came to put something, move something or what. I don't know. Or they just came for me to see them. But I know by the time I ran out the door, ran out of my room, that they would have gone. See, this was part of the thing. They were trying to get me since I lived there, to call the cops, to get the cops involved. Now, what do you do when people are sitting around your house, jumping over your back fence? There was a shed next to my bedroom. She would pull on the roof of the shed because it was aluminum zinc, make a noise, whatever. They were desperately trying to get me to call the cops. So what would happen after the cops came out one time? They would come out like about an hour after they were there. Nobody is there. It's just my word that somebody jumped over the fence. Okay, they'll write it down. Happen again 2 nights later. They come out again. By the 3rd time, what will I look like to those cops? Like I'm hearing shit. I'm on drugs. I'm crazy. I'm going nuts. I'm just lonely looking for attention. You name it. These are the things, these are the conclusions they would have come to, and this is what they wanted. This is what they wanted. So I didn't call the cops. I realized I was being hacked. I called the police station. Because one morning I got up and I was so pissed. And I knew what was going to happen. I was trying to put off the call, hoping this would go away, but it didn't. Pick up the phone. She said, the police department? I said, yes, I'm being hacked. The first thing she asked me is, why would anyone hack you? Of course, my point exactly. How do you answer that? Well, I don't know. You're the police. You need to help me here. This is why I'm calling you. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. But anyway. But the thing is, I don't know what happened here. I paid someone called Digital Forensics to help me. Paid them $500 to find out if I'm being hacked. While I was on the phone with the guy, he was looking at my emails, and every time you like on a brand new device, if you type in your email, it's not supposed to show up. It's not supposed to give you recommendations. It's giving me recommendations from old systems. And he said it in my ear. Looks like they hacked your email as well. Later to tell me that no one hacked me. They have no evidence of hacking. I don't believe it. The man told me that. I'm guessing these people have deep pockets. I mean, if you're hiring a gang of people to stalk me and harass me and make me believe like I'm paranoid, because the whole point of this gang stalking is to make the person seem crazy and stupid. And apparently the girl's boyfriend, he specializes in this. This is his goal. It's like he's hit the holy grail with that. He hit the holy grail. As I talked to psychics, and they used to say that even before, he thinks everybody is stupid and crazy. Because he can make it so. He can make it so. He has the means to make it so. Rich man. Rich dude. He comes from a rich family. How is he paying these gang stalkers? Is he using his hard-earned cash to pay the gang stalkers? What's his job? How much does it pay to pay these people to do this? They ain't gonna do it for free. Especially if they're chlorining me and they're spraying stuff in my house, coming out in the middle of the night or knock on my walls, whatever they're doing. It costs money. Nobody will do that for free, not for over a year. This is why I want the people also who talk about it and who has experienced this to address this part, please. Why are they doing this? It's not just emotions. Somebody's paying their bills. Somebody's giving them an incentive to leave their houses at night, their homes at night, to come out and mess with other people. Who? Why? Why would they do this? It's got to be money. Some people don't care what your reason is. Just pay them and they'll do it. The less they know is the better. They feel is better off they are. And the people who are hiring them, the less those people know is the better off they are. So they might even do it remotely. I don't know how one does this. What do? Go and just advertise on Google looking for gang stalkers? You get $15 an hour? Well, how does this work? How does this work? I mean, what's the criteria to advertise for a bunch of gang stalkers and people to terrorize a human being into making people believe they're stupid and crazy, including the human being themselves? And why? Money. Is either that or the person has seen something or knows something about them they want to keep hidden. To do this for over a year, ladies and gentlemen, to me for over a year, it's got to be a doozy. The thing is, let me reassure, I don't know these people more than what I see them. She has a boyfriend. There's like 3 or 4 different people who looks like him coming in and out of her house, or used to. Well, I don't live there anymore. Used to come. So which one of them is it? I don't know. I mean, if he was wanted, he's managed to get away from the law for a number of years. So he's good at what he does. He's good at what he does. The thing is, I don't understand this, but I knew her since 2017. This only started around April of 2020, so I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Because I'm talking about they themselves doing this. They themselves doing this. So, anybody who can shed some light on this, I would really appreciate it. What do I say to get people to take me seriously in law enforcement? They hacked into my Google Ads campaign account and they racked up almost $20,000. Google ascertained the account was hacked, but I guess that's not enough or enticing enough for the FBI to take notice of it. They think that's small potatoes. And yes, it may be small potatoes for them, but for me, it's my life's work. That's me. But I guess as an individual, it doesn't matter to these people. I mean, literally, where do we go? You go to the police, they say they don't handle hacking. They're not equipped for that. You're out. There's nothing they can do. And if we wait for somebody to come and sit down outside your house, you just wait for somebody to sit down outside your house so you can take a picture or chit-chat with them until the police shows up, that ain't gonna happen either. So what do you do now? Because gang stalking, that's what it's about. To fuck with the person, to get them to act irrationally, to get them to act crazy, to get them to seem paranoid, to get them to do things that would give people the impression, one, they're either on drugs or they're just losing it, or both. People don't take people like that seriously. They just attribute it to drugs and they just leave them alone. They don't believe anything they say anymore. Because that person is now, well, everything they do is drugs. None of it is real. It's all woo-woo demons in their head. They're paranoid. Not everything is a paranoia. I don't do drugs. I don't condone drugs. I condemn drugs in any way, shape, or form. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. I'm not a drug user. I used to smoke weed in my teenage years. Maybe to piss my dad off because I was brought up super strict. I personally wouldn't touch it anymore because it's just not my style. Anything harder than that, I'm not interested. I don't understand the concept of being high. I don't know what it means. I'm not interested in getting high, being high, analyzing high. I don't really care. I just want to live my life. But that's not happening because some other people are deciding that that's not possible for me. Now, what could it possibly be? What could it possibly be? It's got to be money. My grandma had some old stamps in another country. The stamps are missing, and my family, they're blaming each other. Somebody broke in and took the stamps. They're probably worth millions of dollars. At the very minimum, hundreds of thousands, but I believe it's millions of dollars. So, that's one. I mean, these people are doing this to me, and somebody else out in American land or some other, they did that. So they don't know anything about that. So, it's two completely unrelated events. I seem to have a lot of them in my life. And they're so profound, you have no idea. Boy, I can really attract them. Anyway, whatever this is, I need help, and I need somebody to guide me in the right direction. I don't have any kids. I know I'm being hacked extensively. They've been hacking into my clients, using their credit cards and their debit cards. They're telling one client, pretending to be another client. I know I'm being hacked. I know that for sure. But how do I get the FBI to help me? How do I get them to save? It's like the back of my neck is just hurting so bad. It's just hurting so bad. This whatever she's spraying, every time it comes, it's like these shooting pains up the back of my neck, and like runs across. It's like the veins or the nerve. It's like not nerve endings. The veins are just they just, I don't know. It just burns and hurts, and it makes me angry because I don't do drugs, so when it comes, I hit it with that anger because it's so unfair to have someone do this to you against your will. It's unfair. How could people let this happen? How could law enforcement allow this to happen? I don't think they know of it, but how do I get them to help me to stop this? I'm one woman. I can't do this alone. I don't have the means. I'm capable of making over $100,000 a year with my business. For over a year, for this year alone, I must have made $10,000. I've been living on that for so far. And I'm ashamed to say this, but food stamps. 2018, I made over $107,000. In 2019, I made $88,000. The problem started last year. Please, you can see the pattern here. I don't know what they're spraying. I don't know what they're knocking on the walls. I don't know what she's doing. And why? Why does she want me to be like a drug addict or pretend I'm crazy or people to see me this way? I think she just wants me dead. There's got to be money attached to my name somewhere that she wants. I don't know. But how do I get the police to help me? How do I get the FBI to help me? And how do they know about all this? I don't know. I mean, I'm talking about the individuals in question that's orchestrating this gang stalking, if that's what it is. So, help me. Please, if you know of anybody who will listen to me or help me or just to find someone who will just talk to me, help me to do that. I'm asking for help. Not monetary help, but some support in the right direction to get law enforcement involved. Please. My phone number is 405-332-3968. Listen for this voice. Listen for this voice. When you call, if it's not this voice, hang up and just tell the police it looks like this woman is being hacked for real. Please help me.